Another more commentary style video. So today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars: The Last Jedi and my opinions on it. Is what I've said to Disney, by the way. Yeah. So I'm going to be explaining what I think of this movie and why. So first I'm going to say what I think and then explain why. I think it was mediocre. I think there was ups and downs. Like the ups were like, the ups was the scene. Oh yeah, by the way, complete and total spoilers for The Last Jedi. Alright, go and see it and then you'll understand this. If you want to be spoiled, I doubt you'll understand those, but fuck do I care? I do. So I think it had ups and downs, like the Battle of Crate. Yes, it was similar. Oh, we're actually playing on Crate, I just noticed. And Rey versus the Praetorian Guards. And also the attack on the Separatist, on the First Order Dreadnought. And I think, let me think. I think the time I laughed was when the Porg was frowning at Chewbacca because he was eating a cousin. I think, those were like the four scenes that really were the ups. And then the downs were the side quest between, between the side quest where they try to find a master code breaker. Like, that didn't fit into, I'll explain, but it didn't fit into the Star Wars universe. It felt more like a 1920s casino scene, or that was made in the 50s in an alien casino where humans were there. Like, it felt that ridiculous where it was in some parallel universe, and this movie was made in the 50s, but it took place in the 20s, and it was in some parallel time where humans, we traveled to Mars, and they had a casino scene there. Like, that's what the Canto Bight scene felt. I liked the planet, especially in Battlefront 2. I think EA did a phenomenal job there, even though I've ranted on EA saying how they're a horrible company, and Disney needs to get rid of their license. But this isn't about Battlefront. I mean, yes, you're going to be seeing it in the background, but yeah, let's stray less away from the game. And the movie. So, why I think it's mediocre. Let's talk about all the good things first, alright? Because I hate to say it, but the bad does outweigh the good. Like, there's more things that I have to get into depth with. And when it comes to lore as well. Oh, shit. Thanks for watching Spoilers for The Last Jedi. I'm talking about my opinion on it. What? Oh, sorry. Let me read your comment quickly while I spawn in. Yeah, I think it was mediocre. I mean, I think let's explain the lore. So Luke trying to kill Kylo Ren when he looked like he was only a teenager. Like, he looked like he was like 17 or something. I don't know, or some people say 12. He looked much older. I'll read your comment in a sec. Let's kill this motherfucker. Oh no, I'm focusing on the gameplay. Oh no! Hold on. Okay, Nick, okay. Yep, so, it definitely broke Luke's character. Like, I'm gonna get right into that. Like, him trying to kill a kid, alright, and he was possibly a child, Kylo Ren. That sounds more like Anakin, or Sidious, or Dooku, or Maul, or somebody that's that's evil, that, not Luke, alright, like, if he was gonna, he said he sensed the darkness in him, but really, Rian Johnson, he sensed the darkness in Vader as well. And keep in mind, Vader would kill hundreds of thousands of people, alright, and included Jedi younglings, which looked like they were 9. And don't forget about the hundreds of rebels he killed, as well as, who knows how many other people he killed. like in the comics when Rebels, or not so much Rebels, or what we haven't seen of him yet. I bet he's done a lot more. So, yeah, that definitely makes Luke Skywalker a different character, or somebody that like when I first went to oh, broadcast. Yeah, when he got shot out. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, now let's get into that. So I said on Luke how different he was, and Mark Hamill himself was complaining. So now Leia. Why Disney? It doesn't that the scene with Leia that made no sense. Like, oh my god! Like when I saw that, I was dumbfounded. Like, what is she? What is she? Superwoman? She yes, she has the Force. In the comics, it's shown that, you know, before she had the Force, it was like, I think in the comics where she was at the hangar where Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, you know, where the duel between Maul and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon broke out. Like, in one of the comics, she was like, you know, she kind of got frightened, but she didn't know. So, but she never had any training. There's no evidence she had any training, and from what we know, she was in politics. Luke or nobody else trained her. I mean, and I doubt she would have got her hands on some of the Jedi texts. I mean, maybe. I think not. I think J.J. Abrams loves to go that route. Is she read the Jedi text? But Rian Johnson, but in Episode 8, it gave no evidence of that. So her using the Force, and also her using the Force. That the way she did it made no sense. Like once you go into space, you die, or I mean, after 2 minutes, it's predicted. That's what NASA says. You know, once you're in the vacuum of space for 2 minutes, you'll die of the temperature and lack of pressure.
And even fly with the Force.
Yeah, how do you fly with the Force? You're right. Like, no, it looked like. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Luke couldn't have done that. I mean, yes, they were in space where there's no gravity, and she looked like she was doing the Force pull, but that's, you know, I think that's what Rian Johnson would have to say, and he seems happy with everything, even though, yeah, that scene made utterly no sense. Like, I thought somebody was, like, I legit thought I was high for a sec. Like, I tapped my mom's shoulder saying, "Is anybody smoking in here?" She's like, "No, why?" And then I realized, oh right, I'm not hallucinating, I'm not high on weed. This is legitimately happening. Like, that made no sense. Like, really? Nothing. Yes, that scene, I could go on for years and years on how lore-breaking that is, and how the yeah, it, like, none of the comics, nothing has, yeah, I know. Yeah, like, The Force Awakens, when I first saw it, it was amazing, but then as I looked in, I thought it was more mediocre. I think this movie was semi-mediocre, but The Force Awakens was like the highest tier of mediocre before good. This is the lowest tier of mediocre, alright? I mean, nope, it's probably my dumb analogy. Makes no sense. It definitely contradicted the lore, her doing that, and when it comes to science, like, yes, there's the laws of physics, there's gravity in Star Wars, and how did she die? Like, I thought that's how she was gonna die, because sadly Carrie Fisher died. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, you'll be missed. Enough silence. Like that has me dumbfounded, and how she didn't die from that, alright? There's no way in hell the Force. Oh yeah, they also killed Snoke, so, yeah. So So, about Snoke, I'm gonna say it right now. I think Snoke's Darth Plagueis, okay? Like, there's no way he's dead, considering how powerful he is, but if Rian Johnson will be in charge of the next episode, which luckily he's not, considering how god-awful some of this movie was. Yeah. I think Rian Johnson wants Snoke to be dead, and he clearly intended. Except though, hold on, at the end, I think a lot of people seem to miss this, I'm not sure. Rey and Kylo, they were at one of the connections they had while Rey was training, but Snoke revealed that it was him doing it, so I think that's what J.J. Abrams will have to expand on, is when he explains in the movie, or in a novel, saying, ever notice that I'm...
Wait, do you have Skype?
Me? I have Skype? Oh, wait, what do you mean? Hold on, let me read your comment. I don't have Skype, no. So, and also how, considering if Snoke is Darth Plagueis or a powerful Force user, like we saw him, probably hundreds of thousands of millions of light years away from Hux, dragging him like he would, like I do, like my mother does to a mop when she's cleaning, or my dad when they're cleaning my home. It shows that was one scene that showed how powerful Snoke was. Another was where he electrocuted Kylo Ren, and not where he electrocuted Kylo Ren. That's a basic thing Sith can use, or dark side users have. Force lightning.
Planets were pretty good.
Yeah. Hold on. No, I will say the new planets are good, and we're actually on Crate right now. Like, I like that. And Op 2 is interesting. I don't think it needed to make an appearance, but maybe it could have been like a fueling station in a comic, maybe. Just not in the movie. It didn't belong there. I think the idea of the city's interesting, considering it was a desert planet, but the city, it was like a reservoir, so that was interesting. Yeah, but and Crate did belong. Even though I do find it weird how it was never mentioned during the era of the rebellion. We know the BTS, but in the lore, yeah, they'll have to. This ATM-6. I also like the new vehicles, such as Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer, the ATM-6, which I'm under right now.
The Resistance have employed ion
and the Resistance bomber. And sadly, there was no First Order TIE bomber, even though we saw it in one of the posters, which sucked. Like, you think, right, on an open place like this would be amazing for the First Order to unload their bombs. Excuse me, again, yeah. I think they did a good job on vehicles. And, some of the weapons, maybe, such as, Captain Phasma's armor. I didn't really like the casino. Like, I said in the beginning of the stream, it felt like it was in some 1950s sci-fi movie that takes place in a parallel universe where in the 20s we discovered space travel and we were on Mars. Because the mustache the Master Codebreaker had and what he was wearing didn't look like anything like they'd wear in Star Wars. Like, really, like, I thought, the stuff that Newt Gut Jar Jar Binks was wearing was pushing it, but that really that just didn't feel Star Wars, the fashion. The planets were fine, and I like the Separatist Dreadnought, as well as Snoke Ship. I think Snoke Ship had to be my favorite, and I love, the Raditz, which was named after Admiral Raditz. Rest in peace, Admiral Raditz. You were a great Mon Calamari, even though you didn't look as good as Admiral Akbar. Like, I like... That's me being nitpicky. Yeah, so Snoke dying, like, god damn. Now, let's go over the part that I hated the most. the stereotypes and politics shoved into this movie. Like, I'll not lie, I agree that women are equal to men, but I think it was too blatantly obvious, like, and it was only human women as well. Like, it could have at least been an alien, because this is a science fiction movie after all, not not like a fantasy where it's just humans, or something like Divergent, where it's strictly on Earth, no aliens. Like, I hated the amount of politics. Like, they were saying all rich people are assholes and they have slaves. Bullshit. They're saying all good characters are white, are females, and they're saying all villains are white men, which yeah. If you guys have seen my face, I'm white and I'm a male. So, I mean, not that I care. Like, go ahead, say it, whatever you want about my race. I don't give a fuck. All right. But the stereotypes in this movie, like, really, and if you're wondering what, if you've been living under a rock, the idiot in charge of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, we know she's a feminist. Like, it isn't, like, you don't have to be an idiot to tell that she's a feminist. Okay, it's blatantly obvious that Kathleen Kennedy's a feminist, and she believes. I know it's you, I know. I mean, I don't know, yes, some of it was original. I mean, the giant walkers, DTM-6s, were somewhat original. I mean, even though this reminds me of the Hawk battle, but we did see First Order AT-ATs, so they did definitely rip off Empire by making First Order AT-ATs, which, yes, are modified, so at least they're not saying, oh, the First Order got their hands on some Imperial AT-ATs, like, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with the head? What the fuck? Sorry. Yeah. Like, I hate when they put, like, when I watch a movie, unless it's something like the Interview or South Park, I don't expect it to be political. Like it almost seemed like a serious Star Wars version of South Park. I'm serious, because they were. Yeah. I know, Crate is. Yeah, you're right. It's similar. I mean, yes, I do like the idea of a mineral planet. Maybe this planet is where the First Order got a lot of their material. Like I think Abrams could use Crate saying the First Order kidnapped there's some slaves, and then using old scavenged Imperial or Uglies, which are officially canon now. They brought slaves, and then they mined their materials, and they upgraded.
Some of it is original.
Yeah, they used upgraded versions. So I guess they could use Crate as that and make it different, because let's face it, it was just a freezing cold rock. No, Crate is original, and even when you think of science, actually, like, I don't know how many mineral planets like Crate we've discovered, so it's a new interesting idea. Anyway, getting back to, how this movie has way too much politics in it, and how Kathleen Kennedy, or, at least she's not the one that wrote this. Otherwise, all the men would be evil. That means Poe, Finn, Rey. We'd only have women freaking doing all the good stuff, and then everybody in the First Order, aka space Nazis, would be evil. Like, at least not all the men were evil, such as Poe. I think he was the only. Him and Luke are the only white men that are good. And then yes, we have Finn, but
Anything in our way.
and from a feminist, yeah. You can just see when this movie can be a clusterfuck when it comes to politics. Like Kathleen Kennedy put way too many of her feminist views, which, like, saying all.
Poor are nice and but rich
Capture
people.
squad, take position in the...
I mean, she must have had definitely some in. I don't care. I hope. Yes, I died. I know. Yeah. Yeah, they're basically saying every poor person is good, and then every rich person is evil. When I know rich people that are good, because my dad's cousins are rich, and they using stuff. They volunteer at animal shelters. They donate more than what they need to charity, and then I know bad poor people such as or I don't personally know them, but I know of gangsters, or I know of like bad poor people such as the asswipe in New York City that, you know, they said he was like he lived in Brooklyn. I don't really know New York too well. They said he was poor, so there's so if you want to borrow from our real world political situation, Kathleen Kennedy, I've just proven you that poor people are also evil, alright? And rich people are good. Yes, nobody's ever heard of my parents' rich cousins until now, because I've officially
Sort of like Rouge One, even though it was good, it still has feminist politics.
Yeah. Like in the prequels, I do think in Attack of the Clones there's too many politics, but, you know, he heard our complaints back. Luke has heard our. Yeah. Like really, we don't want politics in Star Wars, okay? We want very little of political stuff in Star Wars. That's all we don't want. Like, it sucks that I have to say this about a Star Wars movie, but just stay away from the damn politics. Like, really, like, that's what really fucked this movie up for me, is how blatantly obvious it was that that it was showing how Disney, you know, wants to politicize everything, and Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson are trying to brainwash everybody into becoming feminists. When here's what I say: good luck. I'm not going to become a feminist. I'll stick with whatever I think now, and that's it. All right. Like, good luck, Disney. You're not turning me into a feminist. All right.
When Rey kicked Kylo's ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, in the Force. Hold on. Yeah. I think definitely the. No. I think when Rey first kicked Kylo's ass, I thought, like, who knows, maybe Rey's like the ultimate being where she makes Yoda look weak, but in this, Kylo claims that her parents are just a bunch of drunk nobodies. Even though I really think she's a Kenobi, like, it would be really good from a lore perspective to make the Kenobis connected to the main story in a way. Other than being the one who trained Anakin and partially Luke. Oh shit. Yeah. You think what you need training to do that, but nope. Nope. I mean, yes, granted, yeah, this is only a video game, so yeah, let's ignore. Hold on. Oh yeah, she could be a Palpatine, like. I don't think she's a Skywalker, where Luke shows no sign of having a wife in the comics or the movie, even though, again, this movie was a letdown. So I said, and now about Captain Phasma. Again, Ryan Johnson, you promised us we'd see her in action, but nope. She fell down. In Legends, yeah, I know, but And I will say, yes, in Legends, Luke did get married, but let's face it, after Return of the Jedi, canon and Legends are pretty damn different.
No useless fucking bitch.
I mean, there's a lot of differences between canon and Legends now. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And in the comics as well, in the Captain Phasma novel, like, you know, after I heard about it, and I obviously I didn't want to read the book because fuck reading, right? I don't like reading. I spoiled the book for myself, and I was utterly disappointed because in the movie she went down like a bitch. Like, she was only on the movie for like 3 seconds, and
didn't have damn politics.
Yeah. And hold on. Yeah, I know. Like, that's one thing I love about Legends is how they try to stay as far from politics as they can. Yes, it is brought up because that's how the big decisions are made when they talk about the Republic and stuff, but it's not centered in Legends. You see aliens, like I'm sorry, but I really I want to see more aliens doing good stuff than humans, alright? Because this is Star Wars, and from what we know, there's way more aliens than humans in the galaxy. And and it looked like the only female in the First Order in this movie. And yes, in the last movie, some of the officers were female and stormtroopers. And in this movie, it felt like the only female that was with the First Orders was Phasma, and Phasma barely did anything. She went down like a little bitch and let somebody she trained, right, beat her. I mean, she didn't, like, I was really excited. Like, I thought she was gonna, you know, maybe be on Crate, right? You know, murdering Resistance scum, like going Captain Rex basically on the Resistance. But no, I was disappointed. And also I wanted to see more of her self. Yeah. I also wanted to see more of She's the only Phasma, like, I'm really disappointed. Phasma's not the only one in the movie. There's also Vice Admiral Aldo, all the female Resistance people, Rey. Yeah. Rey, yeah. And also we had Leia. Which, yes, I wanted to see her in combat, like, that's something that really sucked with this trilogy, is how, you know, now that Carrie Fisher's dead, we're not going to be seeing her in combat unless it's in Rebels again, unless she makes another appearance in that, which I was pleased when I saw the Leia episode in Rebels, that she was in action when she was 15, but, yeah, like that sucked how Princess Leia wasn't in action whatsoever, and considering in the last trilogy, not the prequels, the original, she was just badass, and her mother before that, like, that really sucked. Not seeing, like, wouldn't it have been cool to see? Yeah. Like, they promised us we'd see the Praetorian Guards in action. That's the only thing that they got right. That was legit. Everything else they lied about. They lied about let me think, because there's so much. I need to think of where to begin. Phasma in action. Yeah, I think that's really where that really hit hard, because considering how much of a great villain Phasma was in the book, and it showed her selfish nature, which, like, it would be really cool to see, like, or would have definitely been showed us, you know, why Phasma was this evil. Like, say a trooper was wounded, right, in the Battle of Crate, Phasma was right there, and he was like, Captain, help. And then she just brushed off and kept firing and walked off like nothing. And then in that area, a grenade was thrown.
They just made her go down insanely.
Yeah. If anything, I think she's just there for the merchandise and trailer now. Yeah, you're right. They didn't lie, but we did see her in action. Yeah. I mean, at least we saw the Praetorian Guards in action. And also, another good thing, at least there was the porgs weren't. Like, I was kind of afraid they'd be the new Jar Jar Binks, but luckily they weren't. But still. And now let's talk about Rose. She legit make no sense. Like, maybe she could have been the person that convinced Finn what he was doing wrong, and then that would be it. Finn went up and confessed, and yeah. So Rose made legit no sense. I don't know why they added her. If anything, they just did it so they could have so there could be more characters. I don't know why. Like she's not good merchant. She wouldn't be a good merchandise character, unlike Phasma. I don't know why Ryan Johnson added her, to be honest. She really doesn't fit in any way, except for being either a background character or somebody that points out the obvious, and that's it. Now, Vice Admiral Hall, though, she made utter...
Makes no sense. It should have been Rey and Kylo.
Yeah. So now... Yeah, I know. Like, dude, I would have much rather seen a movie where... I would have rather seen Kylo and Rey kiss than Rose and Finn kiss. Like... Come on, that would have been much better, considering how the other two are, like, arch enemies. And yes, there has been these weird sexual fan fictions. There are these weird sexual fan fictions between Rey and Kylo, but obviously Disney wouldn't show that, or neither would Lucasfilm if they were still in charge, but sadly they're not. So now I have to mark all the Star Wars books I got before Disney purchased Star Wars Legends with my Sharpie marker. Fuck is my Sharpie? Whatever. Yeah.
I think I know why they added Rose. Vicky ways of politics.
Yep. I don't know why they added Rose. And now, Vice Admiral Holdo as well. First of all, the fuck is wrong with her hair? The only reason, it almost feels like the only reason they added Rose is because she's Asian. They wanted to show that not white people or aliens are also the heroes. They're trying to make this movie diverse, which is fine, but they're really overdoing it. Like, I want to see aliens in action. Like, it's Star Wars. Come on, like, I would much rather have Rose be, I don't know, a Quarren, or a Twi'lek, or an aliens, or some, I don't know, or a Trandoshan, or Wookiee. Like, come on, sir, come on. Like, I think most of the characters are human, and as I said earlier, there's no aliens in the First Order. That's understandable, considering they're avenging the Empire, and the Empire was alien racist. But the Empire, at least they let females in. But in this, nope. Every white man except for Poe and Luke are evil. And then every female is good. And there's not many aliens in this movie, which sucked. Yeah. I was disappointed, I think. Like, I was really hoping to see Phasma actually in action.
I'm thinking Disney is killing Star Wars.
So now, yeah, Disney is definitely killing Star Wars. Like, I saw these weird commercials, like somebody put together a montage of the world's worst commercials, which I watched because, you know, what's better than browsing through the internet and watching retarded videos? I mean, that video wasn't retarded because it was right how including these weird AT-AT, which sadly Disney is now calling AT-AT, which pisses me off because they've always been pronounced AT-AT until recently, where Disney now pronounces them AT-AT, which sucks because, yeah. And also, they're pushing out the weirdest merchandise, such as an AT-AT dog costume. Like, seriously, Disney. Like, how fucking stupid are they? They legit made a dog costume that was an AT-AT. Like, it looked like a movie, like a stormtrooper costume meant for dogs. Like, it had pieces and, and the dog, like, I wouldn't ever do that to my dog. If I ever had a dog, because I don't want my dog thinking dark and suicidal thoughts. Like, I can't, like if they make one for guinea pigs, I'll legit start a protest because I have guinea pigs and I could just imagine, like, yeah. So Disney, yeah, I think it's the ridiculous merch is just one thing. The idiots they're hiring, such as Ryan Johnson or who else? Kathleen Kennedy.
The legends, and we will still have faith in Humming Teeth.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, like, I think people are gonna disagree. I think the acting was fine. All right. I think the worst acting had to be from like Rose or Hawks, where the actor, he wasn't given much material to work with, so he was just screaming lines of dialogue, like.
I agree.
Yeah.
Look at these guys.
So back to. Yeah. I know. I'm gonna hang on to Legends. Like, now that because I actually still have a ton of books that are now Legends that don't have the Legends title on it because I bought them before Disney purchased Star Wars or before Legends was a thing.
Get behind me. This'll be loud.
Yeah, like, I haven't lost faith in Star Wars yet. Hopefully JJ can revive it. Or Dave Filoni by incorporating the old expanded universe, because in that brief second where we saw clone Commando, the squad from the game, and in the Clone Wars, that did show us something about Filoni, how he wants to incorporate the old EU. So I was happy about that when I saw that. So yeah, I'm hoping via Rebels, Dave Filoni, which doesn't have much, I don't think has too many connections to the idiots in charge of this movie. He better write stuff into this movie or into canon from the old. Yeah, definitely the politics and yeah, and some of the characters. So, as I was saying about Holdo, I said first, what the fuck is wrong with her hair? Like, you could tell Kathleen Kennedy was going for a feminist here. Like, yeah, like, no questions asked. Like, I mean, there's no debate. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy, I think, definitely wanted to get somebody that did to portray, you know, a hero as a feminist, because, you know, I'll say, like, Holdo did do a heroic action by sacrificing herself by ramming the Radis into the supremacy. Like, that was a heroic action. But I'm sorry, but why did she have to have that color hair? Like, why'd you have to make her look like a feminist? Like, yes, she could have been a strong female, but you couldn't have been so obvious as her being a feminist. And also, you think, right, they just have an autopilot. She would have told people that she did the damn plan. Like, come on. You think, like, then Poe Dameron wouldn't have had... She called Poe a loose cannon. So you should inform Poe Dameron about your crazy plan, you dumb bitch. Like, really? Like, if you informed him, you would have never sent Finn and Rose to that god-awful side quest. Like, that would have never happened. If Vice Admiral Holdo was smarter and then told Poe about her plan. And again, instead of dying, like, yes, I do think it was a good sacrifice for a noble cause, but she was portrayed as this feminist that was willing. If you've seen them, it's hard to explain, but you'd understand. Like Disney. Why? Like, if I were in charge with Disney, I'd get rid of Rian Johnson. I'd revoke EA's license to Battlefront 2. That's a different topic. I'd retcon The Last Jedi and I'd fire Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson. I said Rian Johnson, but I would make sure Kathleen Kennedy was as far away from Star Wars as possible and as close to some feminist freaking, I don't know, feminist club as possible, because, you know, based on her pictures in this movie, it is really obvious that she's 100% feminist. She's like Palpatine with the dark side. She agrees with everything feminist, and it's blatantly obvious in this movie. So, like, Disney. Like, why? Out of everybody you could have given Star Wars to, it was Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe you could have given it to J.J. Abrams and Dave Filoni. That would be a great... Or Pablo Hidalgo, or people that just the fan base likes. Like, I like Pablo Hidalgo. I mean, I think Dave Filoni, I think they did a great job in the Clone Wars. Yes, Rebels wasn't as good, but it was still watchable, and it was diverse enough, but yet it still had the Star Wars feelings that not all the heroes or female. Like, you had male heroes, you had female heroes, and you had alien heroes, male and female, such as Hera or Shum Samdura. He was a hero in the Clone Wars and Rebels. And then you didn't have just white men as villains. You had aliens as well, such as Thrawn. You don't have too many females, but you have Governor Price as one. And then you have Grand Admiral, I forget her name, but she was in the comics with Rax. I forget her name, sadly. Alright, so, like, in Rebels they did a good job keeping it diverse enough, but yet still having focus. Alright, and using the stereotypes. Like, you had good and bad aliens and humans, male and female, and same for the aliens. Like, come on, Disney. And then it was pretty similar in the Clone Wars, where some of the villains were female, such as Asajj Ventress, and alien as well. And same with the good guys, like Plo Koon. He was an amazing hero. Excuse me, but he was alien, and we had amazing female aliens, and the same applied for humans, such as the human, like, we had Jocasta Nu, which is more of a hero in the comics, but stay, and we also had amazing human males, such as Anakin. Like, everybody, it was diverse enough in the Clone Wars, but in this, they completely threw that that diversity away. Like, I think they may have to do what they did to the original trilogy, which is retcon it, like make changes, such as changing some of the characters into aliens to make it, and removing some of the feminist tones to it, and getting rid of the side quest. Like, just get rid of that and say they were caught, and during that time they had to swap debt or something. Like, I would be much happier if they changed it. Like, this would be one of the only movies that I'm okay with them retconning. Like, I think Attack of the Clones should also be retconned, such as, again, by me retcon I mean what they did to the original trilogy. Like, that's what I mean. And also, how the fuck are people using the Force without barely any training? Like, yes, I remember the Force just takes the best, like Leia in the comics, but how the fuck did that kid at the end of the movie grab a broom, right, without any training when it takes years for you to learn the basics of the Force? But that kid in the end, and also Rey, she's like a Mary Sue. She has everything handed to her. I mean, they're gonna have to have a damn good explanation on how. Maybe she's like I can't think of one. That's how hard it would be. And I'm a big fan of Star Wars. Like, keep that no secret. You know, in the original trilogy, at least, goddamn. In the OT, at least they, you know, they. What you call it?
Identifying target.
You saw character development. Luke was a male version of Mary Sue, unlike Rey. Yeah, like, I wouldn't say this movie's liberal propaganda. I would just say it's politified and biased towards feminists. Like, I think Star Wars needs to just stay away from politics. Like, don't go down that path, alright? This isn't South Park, but that's meant to be political and, you know, make fun of current political events. I think that's what really pissed me off. And also, and I said, Snoke as well. We barely got anything, even though, it was hyped up, you know, when I left, like I can't wait. So, you know, that's how I feel about The Last Jedi, guys. Now I am gonna say a few things on the future for Star Wars and how they could, how I think they could make some way to improve. Use the fan theories, Disney. Come on, like take the most popular ones, right? Maybe you don't have to credit these. I'm gonna make a crazy fan theory right now that'll be a good enough twist, okay? And I don't give a fuck if Disney credits me or not. I don't care. How about this? Rey turns out to be the son of. Maybe what happens is Rey is Captain Phasma's sister, and their parents are related to Darth Plagueis, which are related to Darth Malachus. Maybe that's how they could bring him back into the canon. All right, and saying how his force powers how there would be a reincarnation of him every 200 years, and 200 years like 400 years maybe prior to the Last Jedi, Malachus was born. Like, there's a fan fiction. Let me know in the comments. You guys like that? That would be a crazy twist. Alright, Malachus is human, by the way.
Emma, get a drink.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a crazy fan fiction, Disney. I don't care if you credit me. Just use something like that. Go ahead, Disney. I don't care. Okay. So, I think I don't know how they'd have to retcon. I said how, they'd have to remove a lot of stuff and change, and just please make Vice Admiral Aldo normal, not that feminist look, because we don't want feminists in Star Wars, alright? They're the last people I want in Star Wars. Like, if they're feminists in Star Wars, I wouldn't expect for there to be fucking guinea pig, freaking, gerbils that carry nukes, that carry mini nukes from Fallout 4, and use the guns in Halo. Like, I would not be, like, if they keep going down that path, I really wouldn't be shocked if that was in the movie. So, yeah. And now for the future. The Han Solo movie's been announced. I mean, I'm okay with the idea, but I'd much rather see a standalone Obi-Wan movie than a Han Solo movie. Nobody asked for that. I mean, maybe there's a few people that did, but nobody really asked for it. Like I want a Kenobi movie, or maybe a standalone movie of Anakin and the adventures of Anakin and Obi-Wan while Anakin, in between the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Or maybe we should get like a standalone clone movie that focuses on the humanity of the clones, or something that people want. Like, I think the Kenobi movie is the most popular. So, yeah, Disney, why are you wasting your time on a Han Solo movie? Alright, like, really? Nobody asked for Rogue One. Like, they better start listening to us, otherwise I'm not going to see these standalone movies. Like, if they keep doing this, like, say they don't do a Kenobi movie, and instead they do a Finn movie, which they've kind of that showed him in training, then I wouldn't be shocked if they did a standalone movie on let me think. They would do a standalone movie on Jar Jar Binks, or not something that annoying, because then that would start like riots. Or I wouldn't be goddamn. But I think if they don't listen to us with the Kenobi movie, I won't be surprised if they do a standalone movie on the Porg. Alright, like, really. Or the Minister of Camino.
Then also make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, like. And also, Disney, why? I mean, yeah, he doesn't make too much sense. I mean, yes, I understand he's a traitor to the First Order and he gave info on Starkiller Base, but that's it. Like, how did he go from being some stormtrooper that was afraid to kill people to be willing to kill thousands of First Order stormtroopers with no regard? Yeah, so Finn didn't really make sense. I think he should have just been a traitor of the First Order. That would have been a little story arc. He would have helped Poe. He would have brought him to the Resistance, and then he gave info on everything of the First Order. And then that's it. He became a normal. Then he became.
One dude die and he had a change of heart.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, then that's it. Finn's character would have been concluded. the last movie. He became an elite resistance soldier, and then that's it. We don't see him much ever again, unless we get into... Maybe in the Battle of Crate he could have made an appearance, saying, "Oh, hey guys, it's you," and then leading with what's left of his squad with the resistance. That's it. That's what it should have been. And then I guess in episode 9 again, similar appearance with... Yeah, he's if anything, again, he's just there to show how Star Wars is diverse and racially friendly. When in actual fact we want, like, it's just ridiculous, Disney, like, I'm sorry, but George Lucas, that some of it is on him, like, out of all the companies you could have sold Star Wars to, it was Disney. You could have sold it to, like, Fox, or some entertainment media that has a good reputation, at least. Ha! Yeah, like, or Warner Brothers. They do pretty shitty games, but when it comes to movies, they're okay. Yeah, like, out of all the people they could have sold Star Wars to Lucasfilm, it was Disney. Or how about George Lucas passed it down to Dave Filoni, like he retired, and maybe instead of selling it to Disney, you should have given it to Filoni or Pablo Hidalgo, or not Disney, like, really. Oh shit. This is what I think of Disney, alright, like... Ha! Survive, bitch!
They were developed charters.
Yeah. Survive, bitch! I wasn't killed, Yeah, I know. But they were developed characters. Like, Star Wars was diverse, but it had developed characters. But Finn, he's just there because they're showing that they're racially friendly. All right, they're adding a pointless character. Yes, I like his character, but he really shouldn't be a focus. Like, he should just be that character that makes an appearance from time to time with his squad. Or just becomes, a resistance soldier, and that's the end of him. Like really, Disney. And now I talked about the ridiculous merchandise. I hate how they're getting rid of some of the good Lego sets, such as the Lego AT-AT or Malevolent or Venator class, and the Lego sets they're making now. Like, I just built the U-wing for Christmas. The instructions were flawed. Yes, that's more on Lego's part, but yeah, I think they should keep some of the clone. They need to keep Clone Wars stuff because, and hopefully they fire Rian Johnson for the next trilogy because, I mean, my thoughts on Rian Johnson before this movie is he's fine. Like, I don't have too many fears, but I was obviously wrong. Yeah, like, if he does have his own trilogy, I'm scared. Like, really. They better not give him his own trilogy. Like, I mean, and considering how Disney hates bad press and they have a reputation for getting rid of it, whatever the cost, I do see it realistic for them firing Rian Johnson and getting somebody more qualified, alright? And by I mean qualified, I mean somebody that the fans generically like, that has original ideas, and that George Lucas trusted, like such as Pablo Hidalgo, and Dave Filoni. Disney, maybe they could be in charge of Lucasfilm. I mean, J.J. Abrams is okay. Like, yeah, I do think they played it a bit too safe with The Force Awakens, but it was watchable and they avoided politics.
Ryan gets his one trilogy, R.I.P. Star Wars.
Yeah. It's sad. I don't want to be making this video. Like I thought The Last Jedi was going to be much better. Like, the trailers really made it look better, but nope. It's obviously clickbaiting Disney. Nothing out of the ordinary, like Jake Paul or Fernando using clickbait, or Lispy Jimmy, or or not point for life. Nothing out of the ordinary. I am nervous for the future. Like, I really love the fourth trilogy. Yeah, if Ryan gets his one trilogy, I think we'll have to resort to Legends and making our own fan movies. Like fuck the Disney canon. Like, I think if Ryan does get his own trilogy, a lot of people, including me, will now take Legends as their headcanon, and when we talk Star Wars, now Legends will be everybody will refer to Legends, not canon. So Disney, please don't make us resort to that, because there is a ton of stuff I don't like in Legends, but there's a ton of stuff I do like. All right, I do prefer most of the canon, but you know, if they give Ryan Johnson his own trilogy, then forget about it. And you probably do something after episode 9, which would suck, because the canon doesn't really expand on the era of the Old Republic. Like, it would be amazing to see 3 movies that take place in the Old Republic era, all right, before the Republic, before the Clone Wars Republic. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I have not thought the stream here, so this is Clone Trooper 9 signing out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, people. Peace.